Alright, this is Mainstream Entertainment doing a DIY segment today. But before we get into it, I just want to make sure if you guys hit that subscribe button for me so you know when we have another video. And to help the YouTube algorithm out, hit that like button for me. If you really like it, hit it 3 times for me. We'll greatly appreciate it. Today we're going to be working with an xNet glass scratch removal kit. Let's get into it. Now, I decided to get the xNet glass removal kit because my option was either pay $800 to replace my window or use a $65 kit. And the kit, you're going to get this spray bottle, fill that with water. Alright, you're going to get your sanding disc, 4 inches. Okay, and you're going to get your sanding pads, your abrasive pads. Alright, you're going to get 2 white ones. That's for your deep scratches, your green ones for your light scratches, and your blue ones to kind of finishing it off. And then we have the instruction manual. Very straightforward, has a bunch of different languages for you. Alright, we're going to stick with the English. I already have the pages marked off that I want to use. For today's project, we're going to be sticking with the green and the blue one, and then the white polishing one. Alright, and we also are going to have some polish, and it's also going to include a microfiber cloth, and they're giving you a set of gloves. And this is very important. You do need to wear a mask because you're dealing with glass dust after you sand. You don't want to breathe that in. And this is not included, but I do recommend you get an electric polish sander with a digital display, or at least a speed regulator. Alright, that's going to be very, very important. A variable speed switch. Very, very important, but it's not needed, but it's definitely helpful. Alright. So that's everything in the box. Let's see the damage we got to work with. So this is the window I want to repair. Yeah, pretty bad. And this is going to be my first time trying to do something like this. Alright, so want to make sure we clean our windows very, very well. Alright, we're going to clean the front and the back side of our windows. Take your time, no rush. Use a microfiber cloth to make sure you have no debris or spots on the window except for the graffiti. Alright, so I'm just going over the back side too real quick. Alright, want to make sure we do the whole window. And what I did not show is I put tape around the edges of the window. Just because when you're sanding, it produces a lot of heat, and this will help with the window not cracking. Okay, and I also outlined the graffiti with a marker, so I know where not to go too far out, so I don't do too much work. And like I said, this is my first time, so I'm just looking at a YouTube video just to do a little refresher on what I have to do. This is not an instructional video. This is a DIY, first time do-it-yourself thing. Like I said, it was either $800 or try this $65 kit. I figured, what could go wrong? Alright, so we're going to start with the green disc. Okay, this is for light scratches. You want to put the green side onto your polisher. Okay, green side on the polisher, black side up. They say in the instruction manual that you want to have it at about 1500 to 2200 RPMs. When you're starting out, I do suggest that you do the 1500 RPMs because it can get away from you until you get used to how the sander kinds of pulls you in a direction. Yeah, and sander really pulls you. I'm kind of fighting the sander right here. So you just want to do up and down strokes, nice smooth strokes. But like I said, this is in the beginning, and the sander is kind of controlling me in the beginning until I figured out how it worked. You want to do up and down strokes, side to side strokes, until you get a nice cloudy looking glass and you don't have any more graffiti. You don't see any more graffiti. That's when you're done with the green ones. Alright, so don't rush this part. It's very, very important. Take your time. This is not a wham bam, thank you ma'am type of job. Take your time. The slower you go, the better it'll look in the end. Alright, so right here I got a little bit of handle of the speed, so I kind of upped my voltage, my speed on it. And if you feel like the pad kind of slows down and not working anymore, go ahead and just tap it and get the little dust off of it. It's not a problem. Yep, and continuously check your glass for heat. If you feel the glass got a little bit hot, go ahead, take a break, let it cool down. So here I did speed up the variable to about 2200 RPMs. But that was after I got a hang of it. So definitely start at the 1500 until you get used to how it goes. And remember, continue those up and down motions. Try to do it as neat as possible, overlapping the last line you did by about 1 inch. As you can see, you're going to start getting a cloudy film to the glass. That's you cutting into it. I mean, overall, I probably spent like 2 hours using the green pad itself. The GlasX 120 grit. My experience overall, I was very satisfied with it. Instructions were very easy. Didn't really have any problems. As long as you continuously check the glass for the heat temperature, you should be good. And also, like I said, make sure you tape the edges. It helps reduce chances of cracking. All right, and then see when you're done, you have no more graffiti. Then you can move on to the next pad. All right, make sure you clean your glass good, both sides. All right, use that spray bottle and the microfiber cloth and get that window nice and clean. Switch up to the blue one, 60 grit pad. Get that window nice and clean. This is going to remove light scratch surface areas, marks, and hard mineral deposits. Now, make sure you take your time on this one, because the longer you spend on this part, the less time you're going to have to spend using the polisher. All right, now this time I'm going to use a 2500 RPM because I've pretty much got control of this now, doing pretty good. I'm a lot more confident. Make sure you continue those up and down motions and side to side motions. You can see how it's starting to come a little bit clear. Now this is what you want right here. And like I said, the more time you spend on this, the less time you're going to have to use, the less time you're going to spend polishing. So take your time. It's not a wham bam, thank you ma'am job again. All right, make sure you're overlapping the last line by about 1 inch and keeping everything nice and smooth. Up and down, then left and right. Keeping everything nice and smooth. And you have a nice clean finish. Again, this is my first time doing this. And like I said, $800 for a new window or a $65 do-it-yourself kit. And the whole job probably took about maybe 3-4 hours. So $65 and 3 hours of my time, 3 to 4 hours of my time. Not bad. Yeah. Nice, smooth strokes. Now, if you have bigger jobs, you're going to want to use a bigger pad. They have it up to 7 inches, so you can get to 7 inches and finish bigger jobs faster. I'm talking about the abrasive disc. Hey again guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And if you really like it, then hit that like button 3 times for me. Help that YouTube algorithm out. Alright, so it's looking a little bit better. Make sure you don't forget to tap your abrasive pads to clear off all the dust on there. And sometimes don't be afraid to use a new pad too. If you're trying to get the job done faster, go ahead and use a new pad. It'll cut into it a little bit faster for you. But don't forget to take your time and go slow and continuously doing nice and smooth strokes. Alright. So now I'm adding a fresh pad on here. Spray the window down again. And you can use these pads with the window wet or dry. And look at that. See how the window's all coming nice and clear there? Again, the more time you use with the blue pad, the 60 grit, the less time you're going to spend polishing. I said this kit wasn't bad. I'm glad it was around. And just to let you know, you can do this yourself at home if you ever have this problem. It's pretty easy. I have a link in the description as to where you can pick up this kit. And it's not an affiliate link. I don't get paid for doing this video. All I'm doing is showing you that, hey, it can be done. It's not that hard. It just takes a little time. Little time, little patient, and you can get it done. For something that took about 1 minute to put on the window, it's very expensive to remove and very annoying. Make sure you do keep checking your glass because it can get hot. That's why sometimes using the spray bottle with the water can help a lot, can help lower the temperature down once you're on the 60 grit pad. It's starting to look a little bit better. Looking like a regular window now. Look at that compared to the one right next to it. Smooth strokes. Smooth strokes. Dust your pad off every once in a while if you feel it's not working. Mainstream Entertainment is located in Hollywood. Book your time today at our Hollywood soundstage. Get creative, then come find us. Constantly dust your pad off. Yeah, that's our cat there. Little office cat. Hey, don't forget you could also support this channel by checking out our merch at mstreament.com and check out our Fear Me line. Fear me just because. Don't just follow the crowd. Make your own decisions. Ask questions. So we're moving on to the last phase of this. We're going to be using our felt pad now. Make sure you put the black side down this time. Put a little polish directly onto the felt and start off with about 1500 RPM. Otherwise you're going to get splatter all over the place. I do suggest spraying the window every once in a while and wiping it down just so you can see how far you're going. And spraying the window with water helps spread the polish around on the pad and reactivate it, so you end up using less polish overall. That is just a tip that I found. You don't have to. And also another tip, when using the polish phase, it tends to get, the window will tend to get a lot hotter faster because the polish will dry on you. So make sure you're always checking the temperature of the window so you don't crack it. But again, if you spray the window with a little bit of water, that tends to cool the window off so you can keep going. And like I said, I like it when you spray the window. It just seems to help out a little bit more and makes the polish last a little bit longer. All right. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. Doesn't look half bad for my first time. That is the xNet glass removal kit. Next time you have Etch-a-Sketch graffiti in your window, go ahead and grab your kit. This whole job took me about 3 to 4 hours. Just a little bit of my time. And thanks again for watching. This is Mainstream Entertainment, DIY Corner. Peace.